the one, and a confession is attached. That message landed the moment I sat down, and the cards are reinforcing it from every angle. The bond between you and this person is not casual. It has roots that neither of you planted. What ties you together was not built by accident. It was drawn into existence by something greater. This person views you differently than anyone else, and that distinction runs deeper than surface attraction alone. The recognition they carry for you is spiritual, emotional, and permanent in ways that defy normal explanation. Nothing about how they hold you is ordinary. You occupy a place in them that nobody else touches. Let us go ahead and get into it, because the cards waste no time confirming this message. What sits in front of me is dense, focused, and entirely centered on the truth of this bond. The first card for you is the Ace of Cups, and it opens with pure emotional overflow. Ace of Cups represents a love being offered at its most authentic, untouched, and completely raw in nature. This card does not appear where feelings are manufactured. It only surfaces where the origin is genuine. Ace of Cups confirms that what connects you and this person began from a place of absolute purity. A moment happened, perhaps unspoken, where something between you shifted, and neither of you could undo it. Ace of Cups says the emotional cup between you has been filled to the brim and far beyond. The overflow creates the intensity you sense, a love that cannot be contained or neatly categorized at all. What the ace holds is the origin point, the initial spark that ignited everything still burning between you. This is not a connection that fades with distance. The emotional root is far too deep to sever. The first card alone confirms that the love present is foundational, supporting everything the cards will show. The next card coming through is the Three of Pentacles, and it brings intentional commitment into the picture. Three of Pentacles shows this connection is being built with purpose, not left to drift or dissolve. What stands out with this card is the collaborative energy. Both of you contributed to what exists. Three of Pentacles confirms that this bond carries structure. It is not fragile, and it is not temporary. A foundation has been laid between you, piece by piece, through shared experiences and quiet mutual investment. This card says the relationship carries markings of something designed to last, not a fleeting emotional chapter. Three of Pentacles reveals the universe itself has been engineering this bond, with meticulous care and precision. Every interaction, every exchange, every glance between you has been a deliberate piece of a grander blueprint. The commitment embedded in this card is not one-sided. Both of you poured into this without knowing. Three of Pentacles does not surface for bonds that dissolve. It appears only where permanence is being built. Following that, we see the Hierophant, and this card elevates the connection into something spiritually ordained altogether. The Hierophant says what binds you and this person transcends personal choice. It was arranged before you met. This is a soul bond, a divine contract that neither confusion nor circumstance holds the power to break. The Hierophant confirms that this person seeing you as the one is not impulse. It is soul recognition. A sacred thread runs between you, invisible to the outside world, but unmistakable to both of your spirits. The Hierophant does not show itself lightly. Its presence confirms a bond carrying spiritual authority and blessing. All three cards, Ace of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Hierophant, align on one undeniable truth. You will end up with this person. They see you as the one, and the confession is real. The foundation, the emotional origin, and the spiritual contract all point toward a destined and inevitable outcome. Every card confirmed the message before I could even question it. The truth arrived already fully formed. So let us go ahead and dive into this, because your side of the connection holds powerful energy. You have been sitting with a quiet certainty, one that you have not shared with a single soul. A knowing has settled into your bones, something that logic cannot explain and doubt cannot fully dismantle. You feel the pull of this bond in your body, in your thoughts, and in moments of stillness. The struggle has not been about whether the connection is real. It has been about trusting yourself. You keep second guessing what you already sense, asking for proof, when the evidence lives inside your chest. The first card for you is the Seven of Cups, and it reveals the mental maze you inhabit. Seven of Cups shows a mind overwhelmed by possibilities, options, and competing versions of what could happen. You have been cycling through scenarios obsessively, building futures and tearing them apart in the same breath. One minute you feel absolute conviction, and the next, a wave of uncertainty pulls you right back under. Seven of Cups confirms the confusion is not about your feelings. It is about which outcome to trust. Your heart already made its selection, but your mind keeps reopening the bidding and introducing fresh doubt. The emotional noise has been exhausting, and the weight of unanswered questions alone is wearing you thin. Seven of Cups mirrors a person who sees clearly, but convinces themselves they are still lost in fog. You are not confused about what you want. You are terrified that wanting it makes you vulnerable. The illusion of indecision has been your shield, but beneath it, your desire has never once wavered. Seven of Cups tells me the fog is lifting, and what remains when it clears is absolute certainty. You have known the answer longer than you admit, and today the cards ask you to own it. The next card is the Queen of Swords, and she reflects the sharp clarity hiding beneath your hesitation. Queen of Swords shows that your mind is far more decisive than your behavior has been letting on. You observe everything. You read between every line, and your perception of this bond is surgically accurate. The Queen confirms your analytical nature has already dissected this connection and reached a firm conclusion. You know what is real. You know what you deserve, and you know this bond meets that standard. Queen of Swords says the sharpness of your mind is not against you. It has been protecting you. Every doubt you entertained was a calculated defense, not genuine confusion, but strategic emotional self-preservation. The Queen sees a person whose clarity is a weapon, and whose silence has been a deliberate patience. You have been waiting not because you are unsure, but because you refuse to move without full confidence. Queen of Swords confirms that when you do speak, the words will carry a precision that shifts everything. Your restraint has not been passive. It has been intentional, measured, and deeply intelligent from the beginning. The Queen reflects a spirit who holds their ground, even when every nerve is begging them to reach. Your emotional intelligence has been operating at full capacity, even when you doubted every conclusion you reached. Then we have the High Priestess, and she illuminates the intuitive depth that guides you in silence. The High Priestess confirms that your inner knowing is not imagination. It is a direct spiritual channel. You have been receiving messages in your dreams, in synchronicities, and in moments of sudden, unexplainable awareness. The High Priestess says your intuition about this bond operates on a frequency that logic cannot measure. A quiet voice inside you has been repeating the same truth, and it has never once been wrong. The High Priestess reveals the spiritual channel between you and this connection is wide open and flowing. You already carry the confirmation your mind has been begging for. It has been living in your gut. The priestess does not appear for those who fabricate. She arrives for those who genuinely perceive truth. Seven of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the High Priestess together paint a portrait of quiet, undeniable power. Now, let us go deeper into this, because what lives on their side is more intense than expected. This person has been wrestling with the truth about you, one they cannot escape no matter what. The way they hold you in their mind is constant, consuming, and unlike anything they have felt before. A fixation has taken root inside them, and it dictates every thought, every mood, and every decision. They did not choose to feel this way about you. It arrived uninvited and refused to leave quietly. Their perception of you shifted at a specific moment, one they recall with aching and painful clarity. The first card on their side is the Knight of Cups, and it reveals an emotional pursuit forming. Knight of Cups shows a person who carries feelings for you, like an offering held out with care. They approach this bond with reverence, terrified that one careless move could shatter what they treasure. The Knight confirms this person treats the idea of you with a devotion that borders on worship. Their emotional investment is not shallow. It is layered with meaning they have never given another soul. Knight of Cups tells me they rehearsed confessions in the mirror, searching for words worthy of you. The tenderness they hold is fragile in their hands, not because it lacks strength, but because it matters. Every feeling they carry has been polished by time, shaped by distance, and deepened by years of silence. Knight of Cups confirms a person emotionally prepared to offer everything when the right moment finally arrives. Their devotion is not performative or rehearsed. It grew organically from a recognition they could never undo. What the Knight reveals is a heart loyal to you long before any promise was ever made. The emotional language they speak about you in private is tender, deliberate, and heavier than anyone suspects. The next card coming through is the Five of Swords, and it reveals the internal battle raging within. Five of Swords shows a person at war with themselves, torn between surrender and emotional self-protection. They fight their own feelings daily, arguing with the part of themselves that already chose you completely. One voice inside them says to risk it all, and another warns that vulnerability leads only to ruin. Five of Swords confirms their silence has never been rejection. It has been brutal and exhausting warfare. They punish themselves for feeling this deeply, convincing their mind that wanting you is a form of weakness. A battle between pride and longing defines their inner landscape, and longing keeps winning every single round. Five of Swords reveals that every wall they constructed was designed to contain a flood, not block you. The conflict is exhausting them, and the version that craves you is growing louder with each passing day. Their resistance is crumbling from the inside, and the Five of Swords confirms surrender is approaching fast. The war they wage against their own heart is one they have already lost, and they know it. Every defense they mount collapses under the weight of how deeply, how completely they belong to you already. Then we have the Two of Wands, and this card shows a person standing firmly at a crossroads. Two of Wands reveals this person already sees a future with you, mapped out and waiting ahead. They hold two paths in their hands, one of safety and one of you, and you are winning. The Two of Wands confirms the vision they carry of life beside you is vivid and fully formed. They have already projected themselves into a tomorrow that includes you before speaking a single word aloud. Two of Wands says the internal planning has begun, and their gaze is fixed firmly on the horizon. What they see looking forward is not uncertainty. It is you, standing at the center of everything. The Two of Wands does not show idle daydreaming. It shows calculated vision paired with genuine emotional intent. Knight of Cups, Five of Swords, and Two of Wands together expose a person consumed by quiet devotion. They battle themselves not because they doubt you, but because the depth of this terrifies them completely. Every card on their side confirmed the same truth. You are the one they see and endlessly choose. Okay, let us go ahead and get into it, because the action in this spread is accelerating now. The stagnation that once defined this chapter between you both is officially breaking apart at every seam. Concrete steps are being taken, and the shift from internal processing to external behavior has already begun. What was once a private struggle is about to become a visible and deliberate move in your direction. The gears have turned, the decision has been locked, and what follows next will be impossible to miss. Nothing about the movement ahead is subtle. The cards show bold and unmistakable action heading your way. The first card is the Magician, and it confirms that deliberate and calculated action is now underway. The Magician represents a person who has stopped waiting and is actively assembling the tools to reach you. This is not passive intention. This card carries the energy of manifestation that is already in full motion. The Magician says this person possesses everything needed to make a move, and they finally recognize it. Resources are aligning, courage is consolidating, and what once felt impossible to initiate now feels within reach. The Magician confirms that the preparation stage is complete, and execution has replaced hesitation without looking back. A plan has been set in motion, one that involves direct contact and unmistakable demonstration of intent. The magician does not deal in half measures. When this card acts, the results are visible and immediate. This person is channeling every ounce of willpower into a single, focused move toward your exact direction. The magician tells me what they are about to do has been mapped with calculated and sharp precision. They are not stumbling toward you blindly. They are walking forward with a blueprint and full conviction. Every tool in their possession is being activated, and the approach they take will leave nothing to chance. The next card is the Six of Wands, and it signals a victorious outcome attached to this action. Six of Wands says the move this person makes will land successfully, and the reception will be mutual. This card carries the force of triumph, of obstacles overcome, and of acknowledgement that cannot be denied. Six of Wands confirms that when this person steps forward, the outcome will be both favorable and decisive. The risk they take in reaching for you pays off, and the cards leave no ambiguity about that. Six of Wands shows a moment of visible success, where the connection between you becomes openly acknowledged. The victory is not one-sided. Both of you benefit from the courage that drives this crucial encounter. Six of Wands confirms the action heading toward you carries a momentum that leads directly to resolution. What unfolds from this move will shift the dynamic entirely, and the outcome tilts firmly in your favor. The triumph this card reveals is not temporary. It sets a new foundation that everything builds upon next. Then we have the Page of Swords, and this card introduces a direct and unfiltered line of contact. Page of Swords confirms a message is coming, one that is sharp, honest, and cuts through all noise. This person is preparing to vocalize something they have never allowed themselves to say to you before. Page of Swords carries the charge of truth delivered without cushion, raw and stripped of every pretense. A conversation is approaching that will redefine the terms of this connection, initiated entirely by them. Page of Swords does not hold back, and neither will this person when they finally open their mouth. The communication arriving is not vague or coded. It will be pointed, clear, and impossible to misinterpret. Page of Swords confirms that the silence officially ends, and what replaces it is direct and deliberate honesty. The Magician, the Six of Wands, and the Page of Swords together confirm that action is fully locked. Movement, success, and direct communication are all converging at once, and the timing is accelerating beyond control. Expect visible steps. Expect a message that shifts everything, and expect this person to finally show their hand. The cards left no room for ambiguity. What is heading toward you is bold, decisive, and completely unavoidable. So come in close, because the hidden confessions buried inside this person are intense and deeply guarded. What they carry in secret about you has never been spoken, and the weight of it consumes them. The words they swallow every time they see you are heavier than anything they have ever held before. A confession lives in their chest like a locked vault, and only you hold the combination to it. They bury the fullness of what they feel beneath controlled expressions, calm responses, and careful distance. The mask they wear around you is deliberate, because without it, the truth would pour out uncontrollably. The first card is the Devil, and it exposes an obsession they refuse to admit out loud. The Devil reveals this person thinks about you in ways that exceed anything they would dare confess. Their fixation on you is not casual interest. It is consuming, relentless, and bordering on total surrender. The devil confirms that behind closed doors, you dominate their thoughts in a way that frightens them. They crave your presence with an intensity they disguise, because showing it would make them feel exposed. The devil says what they hide is not gentle affection. It is raw and overwhelming hunger for closeness. This obsession has roots that stretch back further than you realize, and it has only grown with time. They have lost sleep imagining scenarios where they confess, only to panic and retreat again by morning. The devil confirms that their restraint is not disinterest. It is a desperate attempt to maintain composure. What burns inside them for you is primal, consuming, and held back only by the thinnest thread imaginable. Their hidden confession is that you occupy a space in them that no one before has ever reached. The devil does not surface where feelings are moderate. It appears only where desire runs dangerously deep. Their private confession is that they have imagined belonging to you in ways that would leave you breathless. The depth of what the devil exposes is staggering, and it confirms a desire with no off switch. They want to own the way you look at them, to claim every glance and hold it permanently. The secret they guard most fiercely is that they already see themselves as yours, completely and without condition. Then we have the Four of Cups, and this card reveals the dissatisfaction fueling their hidden longing. Four of Cups shows a person who rejects every option that is not you, dismissing alternatives without thought. They have tried to redirect their attention elsewhere, and every attempt failed because nothing compares to you. Four of Cups confirms that other people feel hollow to them, like substitutes that only sharpen the craving. The confession hiding beneath this card is brutal. They do not want love. They want love from you. No other version of connection satisfies them, and the frustration of wanting only you is eating them alive. The emptiness they feel without your attention is a confession in itself, louder than any words could be. They reject every substitute placed before them, because their heart already decided, and it decided on you. Four of Cups reveals a person surrounded by options, yet staring only at the space where you belong. Their dissatisfaction with everything that is not you has become the loudest confession they carry in silence. What they suppress is not a passing thought. It is a permanent ache that reshapes how they see. Four of Cups confirms they have compared every face to yours, and every single one fell devastatingly short. The devil and the Four of Cups together reveal confessions that are raw, obsessive, and completely unfiltered. This person does not just think about you. They orbit around you in ways they cannot even explain. Their soul made a vow in silence, and every guarded desire they carry tonight is proof of it. The hidden truth is they chose you in their soul long before their lips could ever speak it. Every desire they bury, every confession they silence, points to the same undeniable and permanent conclusion about you. What they conceal from the world about you could fill volumes, each page drenched in longing and devotion. Okay, let us see what the cards show, because this final chapter seals everything with absolute certainty. The near future for this connection is luminous. and what approaches will confirm every truth revealed today. The first card is the Lovers, and it signals a destined moment of union that cannot be avoided. The Lovers says the merging of two paths is imminent, and both of you will feel it arrive. This card does not represent casual encounters. It marks a defining moment where choice and fate collide. The Lovers confirms that what approaches carries permanent alignment, sealed at a deeply spiritual level within. A pivotal exchange is coming, one where masks dissolve and what remains between you is pure and undeniable. The Lovers tells me this encounter will feel different from anything before, charged with recognition and honesty. Both of you will sense the gravity of this moment, and neither will be able to walk away. The Lovers does not arrive where outcomes are uncertain. It surfaces only when the conclusion is already written. What unfolds ahead is not a test of the connection. It is a homecoming both spirits already recognize. The reunion approaching is written in a language only you both speak, and it will be unmistakable. This chapter is not about hoping anymore. The near future is delivering what was always promised to you. The near future holds a collision of truth, and when it arrives, nothing between you stays hidden. The advice card is Strength, and it asks you to lead with quiet confidence instead of anxious urgency. Strength says the most powerful thing you can do is remain steady and trust your own gravity. Do not chase what is already walking toward you. Do not beg for what is already being offered. Your stillness is magnetic, and strength confirms that the less you force, the faster everything aligns naturally. Strength reminds you that real power is not loud or desperate. It is calm and deeply self-assured. Trust that you are enough exactly as you stand, because this connection does not require you to perform. The advice is clear. Embody your worth without apology, and let this person meet you at your level. Your energy alone is enough to shift the entire direction of this bond, and strength confirms that fully. Let patience be your armor, let confidence be your guide, and let the universe handle the rest entirely. Strength confirms your grounded presence is the anchor this entire connection has been gravitating towards silently. Now, let me bring this entire reading together because the message today has been powerful beyond measure. You will end up with this person. They see you as the one, and a confession lives inside. That was the message from the opening line, and every card through 6 parts confirmed it without exception. The connection is real. The love is consuming. The desires are permanent, and the movement is already sealed. Not a single card in this spread wavered, and the confirmation across all 6 parts is absolute. Your side revealed sharp intuition and quiet knowing. Their side revealed obsessive devotion buried beneath careful silence. The action confirmed that boldness is replacing hesitation, and the confessions exposed a love too vast to contain. Ace of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Hierophant opened this reading with spiritual foundation and pure origin. 7 of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the High Priestess reflected your clarity, perception, and intuitive strength. Knight of Cups, 5 of Swords, and 2 of Wands revealed their inner battle, devotion, and future vision. The Magician, Six of Wands, and Page of Swords confirmed deliberate action, victory, and direct communication ahead. The Devil and Four of Cups exposed hidden obsession, secret confessions, and a longing that only you satisfy. The Lovers and Strength close this reading with destined union, quiet confidence, and undeniable spiritual alignment ahead. Every card that appeared today pointed in one direction, toward a love that is fated and completely certain. What you sensed about this connection was never fabrication. It was your soul confirming what already exists. This bond carries something extraordinary, something the universe itself has been weaving carefully. The near future for this connection is luminous, and what approaches will confirm every truth revealed today. The first card is the Lovers, and it signals a destined moment of union that cannot be avoided. The Lovers says the merging of two paths is imminent, and both of you will feel it arrive. This card does not represent casual encounters. It marks a defining moment where choice and fate collide. The Lovers confirms that what approaches carries permanent alignment, sealed at a deeply spiritual level within. A pivotal exchange is coming, one where masks dissolve and what remains between you is pure and undeniable. The Lovers tells me this encounter will feel different from anything before, charged with recognition and honesty. Both of you will sense the gravity of this moment, and neither will be able to walk away. The Lovers does not arrive where outcomes are uncertain. It surfaces only when the conclusion is already written. What unfolds ahead is not a test of the connection. It is a homecoming both spirits already recognize. The reunion approaching is written in a language only you both speak, and it will be unmistakable. This chapter is not about hoping anymore. The near future is delivering what was always promised to you. The near future